And we are back. Welcome back to Esso versus Erik on Football Manager 24 as we continue to boycott EA. It is time for the first major contest of the season. It is Arsenal against Manchester United at the Emirates, a game which had loads of drama all the way back in September. Marcus Rashford giving Manchester United the lead on the counter-attack, but just 30 seconds after the restart, Martin Odegaard levelled for Arsenal. The game sort of went into a lull from that point until the 89th minute, where Alejandro Garnacho went clean through on goal and absolutely buried it, only to be denied by an offside call that even to this day, Erik ten Hag is not convinced was actually offside, but the lines do tell their own story. Into the 96th minute, Declan Rice at the back post, scoring his first Arsenal goal to snatch the victory for Arsenal, although to this day I still don't know how it wasn't a foul on Johnny Evans from Gabriel. And speaking of Gabriel's, again from the restart, Gabriel Jesus on the counter-attack in the 100th minute, sealing the 3-1 victory for Arsenal. The job for me now is not only to avenge that defeat back in September, but also to show a sign of improvement after that late drama in the 1-1 draw with Forest in Friday's episode. So we have a few pieces of news to bring you before today's fixture. Firstly, Aaron Wan-Bissaka has picked up a double hernia, which is set to see him miss 3 to 5 weeks of action, leaving Diogo Dalot as our only fit right back. That said, transfer deadline day has been and gone, which now means we have added Sergio Reguilon, Sofiane Amrabat and Bayandir to our ranks. 3 players that are definitely going to be getting minutes for me over the course of this season. But most importantly, Rasmus Højlund is available for the first time this season. We had him on the bench against Forest but didn't bring him on. But he is now ready to go into the first team and start. I am going to throw him straight into the starting lineup. The advice is to only give him 45 minutes, but we still have Martial and McTominay available to us. So I think right now the plan is to give Rasmus the first half, see how he's feeling at half-time, try and use his power and his pace to cause Saliba and Gabriel problems, and then depending on the situation, we'll bring on Martial and McTominay at half-time.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So this is the team we are going with, yet again sticking with the 4-3-3. We want to try and out-possession Arsenal. We've also made some big changes to the starting lineup. Obviously, as we've already spoken about, Rasmus is in from the start. I'm also bringing in Amrabat to make his debut. I think we need a little bit more defensive cover in midfield. Obviously, Diogo Dalot has to come in for the injured Wan-Bissaka. And I'm also going to go for Garnacho and Rashford out wide. I'm putting Rashford on the right because I think Arsenal's weakness is at their left-back spot. And Rashford is our best attacking winger. And hopefully he can drive at whichever player is playing at left-back for Arsenal and get some results. I'm also going to set an instruction to put a press on Thomas Partey, mark him tightly, stop him from getting on the ball, because I think we can then stop Arsenal's play from expanding if we can target Partey at the heart of their midfield before they even get going. So the Arsenal team is as follows. Ramsdale in goal. It is a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko. Partey in the holding midfield, releasing Declan Rice to play freely alongside Martin Odegaard. And it's a front three of Saka, Martinelli and Jesus. Let's see how we get on. I'm actually pretty confident with the tactics I've set out for this game. So let's just see if they come through to fruition. First clip of the game comes just 6 minutes in and it's Arsenal on the ball. We're trying to push them, trying to force them into mistakes. There's that press on Thomas Partey that we spoke about. It seems to have worked its way around Luke Shaw though, and Saka could be in behind here. I think that hit the post, though. Nana make the save. It was a tight angle. Realistically, Saka should never really score from there. Dalot to Rashford, who drives into the box and finds Mason Mount. Would have been a good moment for him. Now it's Arsenal's turn. Rice and Odegaard combining with Saka. Martinelli scores, but that looks suspect offside to me. I'm pretty certain that's offside. Goal disallowed, yeah. I think we played a really good high line there. Got out quickly. Good pressure on the ball again. And yeah, really good from the defence to get out there, keeping Martinelli offside. Oh, big moment in the game. Ben White having to go off injured. Tomiyasu coming on. Immediately, I'm actually going to pause it before this chance goes out. I am immediately going to target that. I'm going to put Rashford onto the other side. And speaking of injuries, Rasmus Højlund has taken a knock and indicates he wants to come off because he has a gashed lower leg.
I like it.
Who the hell has targeted him? A gashed lower leg? Surely we should be looking at a red card here, no? I mean, if he's got to come off, he's got to come off. A gash to the leg, you can't do anything about that. He's going to have to come off. They want me to bring Martial on. I want to stick to the tactics that we were using and deploying, so I'm going to actually put McTominay on. And annoyingly, Højlund's debut comes to an even earlier end than expected. Another injury for Arsenal. It's injury central out here, and Saliba's now had to go off for Kivior. This is a real opportunity for United. Ben White and Saliba off injured. We've now got a free kick to United with Mason Mount lining it up, and we know he's capable. Mount! Just over the top. Unlucky. Come on, boys. Real opportunity now. That's what we didn't want. We've allowed too much space for Partey, and Martinelli's in behind. Defensive cover is good. It comes back to Zinchenko, and Shaw heads clear. Got to be sharper on Partey. That's why we've got that instruction in there. Now free kick to Arsenal. Oh, it's clever. Odegaard to Kivior. Back to Odegaard. Jesus to Martinelli again. And I can't tell this time. The camera angle's done me over. Goal disallowed again. Well done, boys. Keep playing the high line. Again, we're not going to be able to see from this angle. Yeah, but you can see it. It's a lot tighter, that one. But we've kept the line well, and we've caught Martinelli offside again. 5 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. United free kick. Can we create something? Casemiro. Ball over the top to Rashford. Into McTominay. He's dragged it wide. Unlucky. I'm not going to complain too much. It's a pretty even game, 50-50 in terms of expected goals. My only disappointment is that Arsenal have still had 65% possession, so I'm going to have to try and address that at half-time. So just a couple of tactical changes at half-time to try and keep the possession more solidified and see if we can target the weaknesses that Arsenal have now developed due to those injuries. Oh, free kick to Arsenal right on the edge. Odegaard takes it well, blocked by Varane. Defensively, we've looked pretty solid in this one. I think I may have to take Casemiro off. He's struggling for fitness and he's already got himself booked as well. The short corner's on again for Jesus. Dalot tries to intercept. It's going to be another free kick to Arsenal. Exactly the same position. So Odegaard has just had a sighter. Can he do any better this time? It's a little bit nervy. Odegaard again. Blocked again. And headed away by Rashford. To Garnacho. And it's 2v2. Oh, it's slow from Garnacho. I mean, I did ask for more possession, so, you know, I can't knock him for that. He has followed the instructions I gave. Garnacho, Dalot on the overlap. Chance to get a ball in the box here. Dalot, Rashford! Blocked! Good play from United. Can we keep the pressure on? No, we can't. So I'm going to make a couple of changes now on the 55th minute. Casemiro, as we just spoke about, is struggling, and Garnacho hasn't really had the impact I'd hoped he'd had. So I'm going to bring Anthony on, see if we can make use of that overlap even more when Anthony cuts inside. And we're going to leave up, I think, probably Martial and Kobbie Mainoo, maybe Eriksen later on, depending on what needs to happen. But, of course, there could still be more injuries to come. Free kick to United here. As we fire up the team. Dalot into Mount. Varane to Amrabat. Out to Luke Shaw. Now on a yellow card as well. But he's going to drive down the outside of the Arsenal defence and put a ball in. McTominay's in there. McTominay's header is straight at Aaron Ramsdale. Good football. Ball into Rice. They've let him go here. Declan Rice comes inside and bends it wide. Not really any danger there. Into the last 15 minutes we go then. Unfortunately, it looks like Rashford is too tired to carry on, which is a real shame because he has been playing well. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop McTominay all the way back to holding midfield because we know he can still play there. I'm going to take Rashford off and put Eriksen on, allowing Mount to then go into the wider areas. Again, trying to exploit the space in behind and now maybe try and get a little bit more tucked in those middle areas. And then we're going to have Martial coming on up front. Like I say, McTominay dropping into that holding midfield position. Into the last 10 minutes then, and it is a corner for Arsenal. Let's hope we're not going to see a repeat of what happened at the Emirates earlier on in the real-life season. It's a header. I think it was from Gabriel. And he's put it over. Into the last minute of play we go. Arsenal have the ball. Are we going to see more late drama? Martinelli looking for Rice. He gets round Varane and he drives at the Manchester United defence. Declan Rice for Jesus. And I think Martinez flicks it and it nearly goes in for an own goal. There's going to be 4 minutes of added time. It's an Arsenal corner. Whipped in towards Rice. Brilliant save, Onana. Rice probably should have done better. It's going to be another corner. Gabriel this time. And Onana saves again. We're hanging on as we move into stoppage time. Third Arsenal corner in a row. Near post again. Comes to Tomiyasu. Martinelli. To Gabriel, it's blocked. And cleared. It's an Arsenal free kick. Right at the death. Odegaard's had a few attempts already. What's he going to do this time? He dinks it back post. And Jesus heads it over. And that's probably going to be that. And it is. Do you know what? I'll take it. Look, going to Arsenal is not an easy game. We've clearly not had the better of the stats in this one, but I'm not too surprised at that. You'd always expect Arsenal to be the dominant side at home. And you know what? We've had our chances today. We've hung on at the end, but ultimately we come away with a 0-0 draw. And look, that's still better than the result we got in real life. Obviously, we lost in real life. So I'll take it. Look at those defensive stats. 7s all round in the defence. Would have liked to see a little bit more from the attackers. But like I say, I can't complain about a draw away at the Emirates.